I'm using a mod in GTA 5 that simulates realistic
Orlando
rush hour traffic.
The cost of living has gone up so much that it's pricing even the locals out of here.
No, you're not! I'm so fucking sorry!
I don't care what anybody says. Orlando is the worst city in the entire United States because of just how stupid everyone is.
Realistic
Orlando
rush hour traffic.
Guys, I'm gonna say it. It's worse than New York. It's worse than Los Angeles. It's worse than San Diego. It's worse than Houston, Texas. Dare I say, Atlanta, Georgia. I don't care what anyone says. I already know everyone's gonna be commenting, but my city's worse. Please, mine is so much worse. I don't care. I'm gonna tell you why. Mine is the absolute... Orlando is the worst city in the entire US, and here's why. If you have ever been to this godforsaken city called Orlando, one thing would immediately stand out to you, and that is how terrible the infrastructure is. The traffic is horrible. Now, there is so many reasons for why this is. I even made a whole video about this already, so I'm not gonna dive too deep into that topic, but I will touch on things that are important to mention. But one of the main reasons is because the public transport is terrible, or should I say lack thereof. Yeah, sure, there's a few buses that come in here and there, but other than that, there's fuck all for anything. We're so reliant on cars that it pushes everyone onto the streets. You can't really walk anywhere because everywhere that you want to go is like at least a 10-mile drive. That's also not to mention that everyone is a fucking asshole over here. Everyone's such a dickhead. Don't even get me started with Miami. The people in Miami are just something else. Everyone is so entitled over there. They think, oh man, I'm in Miami, so therefore I'm above everyone. I'm the best person ever. If anything, if you guys want me to do a video on Miami next, then just let me know. I'll see what I can put together for that one, because I do have quite a bit to say about Miami. That's not even to mention the people on the road. No one knows how to drive. If you go on the road, there's so much traffic. Everyone's cutting you off. The BMWs are cutting through traffic all the way. Oh my gosh. It's not even just the BMWs. A random Honda Accord is so angry. Come on, his girl's home alone. He needs to get there now. And even what you would think is the saving grace, Disney area. Whoa, you guys have Disney, Universal Studios, Volcano Bay. Whoa, that must be so awesome. Even the world's largest McDonald's is like, there's so much to do here. Okay, guys, I'm gonna talk positive about Orlando for a second. If there is something to give Orlando credit for, and it's the fact that there is a lot of stuff to do here. You can plan a day with your friends, and if everyone's available, you can either go to Universal Studios, Disney, Volcano Bay, all you can eat sushi. Love sushi. Heck, there's even more amusement parks. You know, we got Fun Spot as well. We got Old Town in Kissimmee. And the sheer amount of abundant restaurants. Like, we have pretty much everything here. Pretty much any restaurant you want, we have it, with the only exception being In-N-Out, really. So good job on that part, but that's about where my praise ends. I touched on this briefly earlier, but the traffic is actually so terrible. Oh my gosh, made a whole video about this and everything. Driving anywhere in the city is like a fight to the death. You might as well sign a liability waiver every single time you get on the road to drive here, because there's always something that goes wrong, because everyone is so stupid. You know what they're doing to fix it, guys? They're adding more roads, but not just any roads. They're adding tolled roads. That's right, guys. If you want to get anywhere in a timely manner, you gotta pay money for that. You gotta pay money to get on this road just so you can save some of your sanity. I used to be so stubborn against this. Whenever I would go to work, on my way home, I would stubbornly just choose to take the back roads just because I didn't want to pay the tolls. But eventually, I just sucked it up, and I just pay the toll every time now. Because if I want to get home on the highway, it takes like, what, 15, 20 minutes? But no, if I take the back roads, it's like 50 minutes to an hour for the same distance. It is genuinely such a miserable experience sitting in traffic. I can legitimately feel myself aging with every single second I'm stuck there. Like, at this point, we might as well set the world record for longest parking lot. But okay, not every road is tolled though. There is one road in specific that is free. One very prominent road. A road that basically holds the entirety of the city of Orlando together. And I think you might know what that road is. Do I really need to say any more? I've already discussed this in like 2 other videos, but for those of you that don't know, here's the gist of it. Fuck this road! At this point, I swear I-4 is a violation of the Geneva Convention. Every time I drive on that godforsaken piece of concrete, I witness another atrocity after the other. At this point, I think everyone who's had the misfortune of having to experience that roadway, I feel like all of us are entitled to a class action lawsuit. And you know what they did instead of fixing the problem, guys? You know, they did add more lanes to it, but not just any lanes, guys. No, not just any lanes. They added tolled express lanes. You know, the lanes that you have to pay for. But then guys, you know what happens on a regular basis? When some dumb fuck idiot decides they want to crash on it, it renders the entire expressway useless. So there is no point. This video is sponsored by you. That's right, you sponsored this video. I have given anyone the option to personally sponsor a video if they so choose to. That's right, anyone who buys this and chooses to sponsor a future video will get a 30-second segment where you get to promote whatever you want, as long as it is something that can be shown on YouTube. So if you wanted to just promote your own channels or product, then you now have the option to do so. Every single video, every short, every single piece of content you see on here was all done by me. So if you like my content and you want to support my work more directly, then you now have the option to do so. But there's also the option to just sign up and support my work, so I can keep making these videos for you guys. And for anyone that does choose to sign up for my Patreon, you will also get a shout out at the end of every video and have your name there for everyone to see. This is completely optional and you can enjoy my content without ever looking at the Patreon page. Back to the actual video now. There's another thing that I see that not many people talk about, and that is, at this point, Disney is not Orlando anymore. Everyone associates Orlando with Disney, Universal, and stuff. But I swear, Disney might as well be its own city, its own county. They own so much land, they basically are. Disney has just become so much more less affordable over the years. I don't even know what they're doing with these prices at this point. It's almost not even worth it to go at all now. One thing I really don't understand, why is there no transport from the Orlando International Airport all the way over to Disney? Like, why is that? It's like the main reason that half the tourists come here is just to go to Disney. But you see, I have some insider knowledge on that. There used to be buses that took you to Disney, and they used to be free as well. But now you have to pay for them. Now, why is this? It's because Mickey Mouse is one greedy motherfucker. I got a few words for you, Mickey Mouse. Yeah, that's right, you, Mickey Mouse. I'm talking to you.
Well, I'm waiting for your fucking response. Are you just not gonna say anything?
Come in! But the main reason I bring up Disney as an issue is because since it's such a big tourist attraction, they are quite literally half the reason our roadways are so bad in terms of traffic and bad drivers. So bad, in fact, that their traffic spreads far off of their property and affects regular citizens' daily lives. That's also not to mention that it is so obscenely hot in Orlando. I legitimately dread summertime because it's never this super warm, fun, beach sunny day. No, it's always the damn Sahara Desert, even in the wintertime. On some occasions, it will legitimately be 80 degrees in the middle of December. I know for some people up north, this is a dream come true. But when you're finally cooling off after it being consistently over 100 every single day, to finally have a day in the 50s and 40s, just for it to go right back up to being summer weather again the next day, yeah, not exactly very fun. And because of the weather being so bipolar, you're also gonna have to budget for new AC units pretty much yearly at this point, which is very expensive. Speaking of things being expensive, you guys wanna know what else is super expensive now? The cost of living in Orlando has significantly increased within the last 10 years. But not just Orlando, this is really just the entire state of Florida as a whole. But Orlando especially. Why do people keep doing that? Why do y'all keep moving here, man? Why do y'all keep doing that? It's because everyone is some stupid motherfucker. Trying to find any place in the Orlando metropolitan area has just become damn near impossible now to find an affordable option. Believe it or not, at one point it actually used to be pretty affordable. I even remember one of my coworkers telling me that pre-COVID, 2019, they were able to get a 3-bedroom apartment for between like $800 and $1,000 a month. Yeah, yeah, those don't exist anymore. Thank you guys. Yeah, thank you so much for moving here. Not even just Orlando, even areas that are outside of Orlando, even they have significantly spiked in the cost of living. Like, how the fuck is it acceptable to charge $1,200 a month to live in a goddamn shed? I'm being so serious. This is literally someone's backyard. So as I was editing this video, believe it or not, I actually found an even worse example. Check this out. No. That pricing is not for an entire house. That pricing is for the she shed in someone's backyard. Yes, they are charging $2,000 a month to live in a shed in their backyard. And I don't care what anyone says, but the city I'm at is worse. It's so much worse than yours. That traffic's nothing. Have you seen my traffic? I don't care. All the surrounding areas like Deltona, Titusville, I think Claremont kind of counts now. Even like Mount Dora area, they have significantly increased in price. Their prices have all spiked up because because of Orlando. Everyone that lives in like Deltona or Orange City or DeLand area, they don't live there to work in that area. No, they live there to have a cheaper cost of living than Orlando.
What I was trying to say here is you don't live here to live here like you would in other places. You live here to work in Orlando. In other words, you live here to live in Orlando. But the reason I bring it up is because normally when you're looking for a place to live, the places closer to the city are typically the most expensive, and the places further outside the range of the city are typically significantly cheaper. However, since everyone has had the same idea of let's just move further away for more affordable living while working in the city, pretty much every single area that's within a 1-hour drive of Orlando is basically the same price as Orlando now. In some cases, it's actually more expensive than Orlando.
As someone that has grown up here my entire life, born and raised, I've seen the decline firsthand. Every single year, something gets worse. Whether it's the traffic on the roads, the highways getting more congested,
The cost of living significantly increasing.
the people getting worse, the drivers getting worse. Now, I know a bunch of you are saying, okay, well then why don't you just leave? And who's gonna pay for that, huh? I can't afford it. Even when I was full-time at my job with YouTube, I cannot afford to leave. I can't move out. I'm trapped here. I can't do anything. So trust me, if I could, I very much would, but I can't.